Started. Gentlemen, thank you for your patience. We were running a little late this morning, so we appreciate it. The floor is yours.
Thank you. My name is Dominique Etchegoyen. I am a Deputy Director for the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources. In our department, we have 10 divisions as well as a number of programs, 3 programs that are not housed within other divisions but are out of our director's office. We have approximately 1,000 PCNs statewide. We've got 25 state parks, and between forestry and state parks, we literally have hundreds of buildings across the state. To my right, I have Dave Prather with the Nevada Division of Forestry, and to his right, we have Tim Hunt with the Nevada Division of State Parks. They will be making the majority of our presentation today, but I did sit in earlier when you heard from the Nevada Department of Wildlife, and we wanted to provide our support on record for their #1 priority, which was the advanced planning for the Nevada State Multi-Agency Facility in Las Vegas. As you heard from NDOW, they house approximately 26 employees at the 4747 Vegas Drive location. We also share that location with them in a separate building. We have over 20 employees on site with the Nevada Division of State Parks, the Nevada Division of Forestry, and the State Historic Preservation Office. But our department also has other locations in Las Vegas. We have approximately 7 employees with the Nevada Division of Water Resources and approximately 30 employees with the Nevada Division of Environmental Protection. And we are looking at adding a new employee to our Nevada Conservation Districts program down in the south. We currently have no space for that employee. For us, this is an acute critical need. We view it as incredibly important for our time and our management and efficiency for our employees. We often are working on projects together, but with these employees in different locations, it's challenging for us. So bringing them together in one location is very important. And you already heard the concerns that NDOW expressed regarding the vandalism and the safety and the security of that existing location. I just wanted to be on record with our support for that #1 priority of NDOW's. But now I'm going to turn it over to Dave and to Tim. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Tim Hunt. For the record, I'm with the Nevada Division of State Parks. I'm the Chief of Planning and Development. And this is Dave Prather, Deputy Administrator for Division of Forestry.
Sir, would you mind moving the microphone a little closer to you? There you go. Thank you.
This slide is our full list of CIPs that we've presented to the board for consideration. Today we will be providing our top 10 in this presentation today. First off is the Nevada Division of Forestry's Northern Region Equipment Shop.
Good afternoon. Dave Prather for the record, Deputy Administrator for the Nevada Division of Forestry. The top priority for the department this section is planning for a 7,200 square foot equipment repair and fabrication shop. For those of you that have been serving for quite a while, you've seen this request over the last 3 bienniums. So I'll be brief as I go over it. This facility is over 40 years old. If you remember, it was a building that was moved to Elko from Reno. And it's not appropriately built for the types of things that we need to do there. Heavy equipment, the flooring won't support that weight, so the heavy stuff has to stay outside. We have to work outside in the summer and the winter, and you know, with any kind of equipment like that, exposing it to the dust and the dirt and the wind out there is not a good thing. So you've seen this one before. This time we're just asking for the planning, and that's going to come in at over $400,000.
Tim Hunt for the record. The next priority is the building weatherization protection for Spring Mountain Ranch. We're calling it a phase 1. This is to provide an independent third-party engineering evaluation of the structures to determine exactly what needs to be repaired and a prioritized list as to how best to proceed to protect the resource. Next up is the life safety improvements at Miller Point Overlook at Cathedral Gorge State Park. This is a non-fee area just north of the main park. There, in the 1990s, there was improvements made to allow access and overlooks down into the gorge areas. However, the facilities were built on unstable soils, highly erosive soils, and so they are currently eroding due to the thunderstorms. There's not a large amount of precip in the area, but when it does, it all comes at once. So the processes that formed the gorges are now eroding the infrastructure of the overlooks and staircases. Next up is the SHPO, State Historical Preservation Officer. Their Comstock Historic Museum in Virginia City. This facility was constructed in 2005. The structure is due to the extreme weather conditions up there. The structure is realizing accelerated deterioration. Door frames not fitting, window frames leaking. So this project would reestablish the exterior weather envelope and provide a more adequate HVAC system.
Okay, next up, Dave Prather again for the record. Next up is a welding shop replacement at the Western Region HQ. The building that you see presented there is a metal building that is uninsulated. What we're experiencing out there is failures with our electrical and lighting systems, so this proposal is to construct a new building in place of the old one. The approximate cost on this is $750,000.
Next is comfort station replacement at Valley of Fire State Park. The existing, this is for 6 replacements. The existing restrooms of all vault toilets were originally constructed in the 60s and 70s, and they're reaching the end of their useful life. And they also do not meet the current ADA requirements, so we would like to upgrade the 2 newer vault toilets to allow and also bring them into full ADA compliance for current standards. Next is the Visitor Center renovations at Valley of Fire State Park. This facility was constructed in 1968, and it is due to the significant increase in visitation that we realized out at the park. It has become extremely popular. We see approximately 650 to 660,000 visitors per year, and most of them going through the visitor center. It has accelerated the wear on the interior. We would also like to bring the current restrooms up into full ADA compliance. The Public Works estimate for this renovations is just over $1.1 million.
Dave Prather again for the record. The next project that we have is a envelope and electrical upgrade for the Western Region, which is our paint shop out at Eastlake. And similar to the welding shop, this is a part of the building is all metal construction, no insulation. We're having the same issues with substandard electricity and failure in the lighting systems. And this one is a renovation, estimated cost of just over $160,000. The next project on the list is the Apparatus Bay addition for the Western Region headquarters, also out at Eastlake. This is design and construct, 2,600 square foot at just over 2.2. The necessity here is just we have apparatus that lives outside, and you know, with the extreme heat and the extreme cold in the winter, it just advances the, I don't want to say depreciation, but how fast the vehicles deteriorate. So we have tanks, pumps, all those things associated with sitting outside in the weather, and these are expensive pieces of equipment. So they're forcing the state to roll these things over quicker because they're deteriorating because they sit outside. So this is the proposed solution to that issue.
Tim Hunt for the record. Our final slide is just to indicate that we also do have a multitude of statewide projects that have been submitted for approval by the board in all in paving, roofing, ADA, and HVAC. Does the board have any questions for us?
Thank you, gentlemen. Are there any questions? I just have one question with respect to projects 1 and 2. If I understand correctly, prior CIP presentations, you had asked for the entire amount, and now you're asking for advanced planning, or were those advanced planning as well? I can't recall.
Thank you for the question. Again, Dave Prather for the record. In the previous bienniums, we'd asked for the total, the planning through construction.
Tim Hunt for the record. In prior, for our number 2, in prior bienniums, we have requested for advanced planning and for rehabilitation. Last biennium was just for the advanced planning. 2015 was actual advanced planning through construction.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.